Hey people, this is my weekly rundown of things entertainment news interest me, and there have been a few pretty big Marvel movie announcements this past week. I'm going to start out with this one here. Walt Disney Animation Studios is developing a movie for Marvel's Big Hero 6, and I think the question on most people's minds is who the heck is Big Hero 6? Personally, I, a comic book fan, don't really know much about them. I've read literally one comic issue that has them featured in it, and that was a recent Spider-Man story. What I do know is that they're a young superhero team that's based in Japan. So maybe Marvel and Disney wanted them to do an animated project for this series since it is so obscure and it wouldn't really get in the way of any live action thing that they were doing. But just to speculate on how this will probably turn out, I imagine it'll be sort of in between the tone of The Incredibles, which Pixar did, and Imagi's canceled Gatchaman project. I know most of you probably haven't seen the teaser for that, but it looked pretty cool to me. I've included a link in the description to that. So that's just my speculation. Check out that teaser, and yeah, Big Hero 6. An announcement that probably has a lot more comic book fans excited is that Guardians of the Galaxy will be getting a movie in 2014. I don't really know that much about Guardians of the Galaxy. I did see one episode of Avengers Earth's Mightiest Heroes that featured them, and from what I gather, they are kind of this intergalactic force that fights evil, sort of like the Green Lantern Corps of Marvel, even though I think the Nova Corps is more like the Marvel Green Lantern Corps. Anyway, I think they are a more high-profile team than the Big Hero 6. So, yeah, that's probably going to be a pretty big movie. And judging by the way Marvel has gone with the Avengers, introducing the character Thanos and that, I think it's going to be pretty important to the storyline that they're building there. There's a movie in development for Black Panther, and a lot of actors have recently expressed interest in the lead role. Some of them I have pictured here: Anthony Mackie, Mehcad Brooks, Aldous Hodge. Even Romeo Miller has said that he's interested, and even that he has had early talks with Marvel about possibly playing the role. Romeo to me is a little bit too young for the role, I think, but I'm not really sure who I would cast there. I do think it's a good sign, though, that they have so much interest in playing this lead role, because if they are generating so much interest among actors out there, hopefully they'll be able to get somebody very talented to play this lead. We are less than a week away from The Amazing Spider-Man, which is pretty exciting. Early reviews are pretty positive. Right now on Rotten Tomatoes it has a 78%, which isn't an incredible rating, but it is a pretty solid score, so I think we're getting a pretty decent movie here. From what I'm hearing, Andrew Garfield is a great Peter Parker, so that's one of the most important things there. And they can build off that and make a better sequel, but getting that right Peter Parker is one of the key elements for building this franchise and going forward. So I'm excited about that. I've also included some new clips in the description and a red carpet coverage thing. So definitely check those out if you're interested. Speaking of Spider-Man, apparently in honor of Spider-Man's 50th anniversary, Marvel will be giving Spider-Man a sort of sidekick in issue 692, a kid named Alpha, whose real name is Andy Maguire, which I think, unless it's a big coincidence, a tribute to the actors Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire, which is pretty cool. So I'm not really sure how to feel about the character of Alpha, but his whole origin is kind of an homage to the original Peter Parker origin, so that should be interesting. We'll see where the character goes. I don't think it's going to be a sidekick in the sense that we see this character alongside Spider-Man all the time, so I am interested to see where they go with this. There's a new trailer out for Total Recall, and it looks pretty awesome to me. There's not that much I have to say about it, nothing I have to criticize, other than the fact that it is a little bit spoilery. As someone who has seen the original film, one of the scenes they show in this trailer kind of reveals something that's very integral to the plot and interpretation of the movie. So I'm not really sure exactly how this one's going to play out, but certain things about it seem very in line with the original. So I hope if you watch this new trailer, you're going to be pretty impressed by it, I'm pretty sure, but I hope it doesn't spoil anything for you, so watch at your own caution. There's some new information out about the Dwight Shrute spinoff of The Office called The Farm, and there aren't that many details available, but The general premise is that Dwight is going to be running a bed and breakfast with his family, including his brother and his sister. I'm kind of unsure about this show. I mean, I like Dwight a lot in the context of The Office, but I'm not sure how it will turn out with him as the center of another series. The thing that keeps popping into my head, I'm not sure how many of you ever watched or remember watching the animated series Timon and Pumbaa that came after The Lion King, but my feeling towards that was always, why am I watching a show with these characters? I never really found it very entertaining. So, just taking a character out of the context where you enjoyed seeing them sometimes can go very badly. A lot of people are comparing this to the series Joey, which was a spin-off of Friends and just was kind of a terrible failure. So I'm hoping that this Dwight show doesn't go that badly, and maybe it'll be a great show. You never know. There are spin-offs that are great, like Angel was a great spin-off of Buffy, so you never know. This could be great. But I am kind of concerned about it, and I'm even more concerned about what losing Dwight will mean to The Office. But that's really all I've got to say in this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please like, comment, subscribe, and tune in next time.